Over 1.2 million watches a year. Let's start with the Rolex Explorer 2. The Rolex Explorer 2 has earned its stripes in the watch industry and amongst enthusiasts as being the outdoorsy watch. It's the watch that you would take skiing or take hiking or take on photography trips. It is the functional man's watch. It is, at its core, a tool watch. It's a GMT model. It can read multiple time zones at the one time. It has a beautiful white dial. That's the one that I would go for. But you also have a choice of a black. It comes in at 42 millimeters and the bezel is in full stainless steel. And that is a dying breed in the industry. I mean, it's quickly getting replaced with ceramic everywhere you turn, but I'm kind of one for the old ways. Maybe it's the age I am now, 27, I'm getting there, I'm moving towards 30, but I am definitely one for the old ways, and I prefer that stainless steel bezel. So where can we find an affordable alternative to the Rolex Explorer 2? Something that's readily available and a lot cheaper. Well, that is where Christopher Ward come in. The Christopher Ward C63 Sealander GMT. Now, on first impressions of this watch, when you first look at it, you might notice a ton of similarities between, you guessed it, the Rolex Explorer 2 and this watch, including that stainless steel bezel, the orange GMT hand, and obviously the white dial if that's the one you choose to go for. There's so many similarities between the two of these watches, but what's not similar is the price. This comes in at £1,060. Whereas, if you were to get the Rolex Explorer 2 and you were to pick it up new, and that's if you can get it new, because there's still a waiting list for these Rolex watches, it comes in at £8,550. The C63 is a little bit smaller than the Rolex Explorer 2, coming in at 39 millimeters in diameter. It, of course, comes in full stainless steel, has a height of 11.85 millimeters and a lug-to-lug of 45.8 millimeters. It is a GMT model and it has the Sellita SW330-2 GMT movement. This has 25 joules, beats at a frequency of 28,800 VPH, and has 56 hours of power. Now, yes, the movement in this watch is not as good as the Rolex Explorer 2's movement, but remember, you're paying literally 1/8 of the price. Next on the list, we have the Omega Speedmaster, the first watch on the moon, the first watch to accompany Buzz Aldrin to the moon itself, which is just a pinnacle of history. And the fact that this watch has that history attached to it is just magic. With that said, I am of the opinion that if you strip the moon landings away, if you strip the kind of connection between the space missions and this watch away, this is still a bloody good looking watch. And it's highlighted by, of course, the white Speedmaster that came out recently that is just unbelievable. Now, the Omega Speedmaster isn't cheap at all. It comes in at £7,500, and that is with the sapphire crystal glass. So my brain, thinking about this logically, said, I want to find a cheap alternative that comes in at below £1,000. And that is where the Seiko Prospex Speedtimer 1969 recreation came in. The 1969 Speedtimer is inspired by the lines of the world's first automatic chronograph watch. Now, this is a chronograph watch. It comes in at 39 millimeters in diameter, 13.3 millimeters in thickness, and 45.5 millimeters in case length, or lug to lug. Now, the lug width is a little bit smaller, coming in at 20 millimeters. It has 10 bar of water resistance, or 100 meters. It has curved sapphire crystal glass, and it also has a solar movement, the caliber V192 solar movement. This is accurate to 15 seconds per month. It comes in full stainless steel, and it does look extremely similar, although a little bit more colorful than the original Speedmaster. But one thing that's not so similar is the price tag.